Without Patrick Surtain, Brock Bowers should have a badass game this week.
And this Broncos offense has not been consistent. I think the Jets could be first pick bound, Joe.
When you're playing the Colts, can you stop Jonathan Taylor? Cardinals need to go away from Kyler Murray the rest of the season.
I think Seattle's the most underrated team in the NFL. The Lions are not the team you want to play coming off of an L. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again that the Packers are overrated. Jordan Love is overrated.
They wasted their first round pick this year on a wide receiver that they don't even fucking use.
We're going to be giving our picks for every single game of Week 10, starting with Thursday Night Football. We got a short week rivalry game, and I hate this, Joe. I hate it when they put division games, big games. I mean, this one didn't end up being a big game because the Raiders were losing so much, but if the Raiders were in the hunt, this would be a big game on Thursday Night Football. I'm tired of it. I don't even like Thursday Night Football in the first place, but in this situation, I think it helps the Raiders a lot.
Oh yeah. No, it has benefited the worst team going into the game, right? I want to say
feels like it brings things closer.
Yeah,
it brings things closer. Yeah,
and we've seen it. And Thursday night has been some great upsets this week. Just going into it, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Thursday night either, Mike. I don't like it, and especially when you put division games on Thursday night. I think no matter if the Raiders are good or bad, or the Broncos are good or bad, division games mean so much in the NFL. Like, I think it sucks to like we saw the Giants-Eagles on Thursday night a couple weeks ago, when Jackson Dart first started, and I think that's horrible. I think it's bad to put division games on there. But this is my team, so I'm excited. I am trying to get over the loss of the Raiders last week. It would have been so good if the Raiders were able to pull that 2-point conversion off and win that game, because that would have – I already liked the move. I was in the stadium on Sunday. Everybody was putting up their fingers saying, go for two, go for two. Like that was the right call. To go for two was the right call. Mm-hmm. Now you could question the play call after that, but the go for two was the right call. Like you only have 2 wins on the season. You've already come back and what are you going to do? Just tie? Like a tie is just like losing, in my opinion. Like you think that one tie is going to help you on your record overall? Fuck no. So you're showing that, hey, Gino, you're having a good game. You've thrown 4 touchdowns. The offense has been moving. Brock Bowers has been on fire. You're showing that, hey, I have confidence in you right now, and let's go out there and win this game. Let's go out there and win it. And I think even though the Raiders didn't convert it, I think it still showed the players that, hey, we got confidence in you, and you guys didn't quit. You guys kept fighting, and that's what the Raider fans really need to see. But I think it would have brought so much momentum into this game if they would have got it. But without Patrick Surtain, Brock Bowers should have a badass game this week. Like he should be able to, because they play a whole different defense without him in there. It's just if the Raiders could stop that pass rush of the Broncos and get it going. But yeah, if you have any Raider tight end, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayers, I would be playing them in fantasy football this week. I would be putting them out there. You know what, Mike? You already know this, Mike. I'm going with the Raiders this week over the Denver Broncos because Bo Nix, pick 6 Nix. Like, Raiders taking this.
I will say, Joe, I am rooting for the Raiders for the second week in a row. I picked the Raiders as my upset of the week last week, and man, was that take this close. Literally, just a handoff away. If Pete Carroll would just run the damn ball, you drafted a dude in the top 5 against all advice. You never draft running back and then build the O-line. Usually you build the O-line and then draft running back. He's going running back and then building the O-line, but still didn't want to give the ball to the running back. Like, how easy is it just to give a little dump pass to Ashton Genty and see if someone can tackle him? I don't think 3 guys could stop him from getting those 2 fucking yards. I don't, sincerely.
But 3 wide receivers were open on that play.
And it got tipped at the line, right?
Yeah, he double pump faked and then he second guess. But 3, if you pause it, there's 3 wide receivers wide open.
And Geno Smith fucks it up. This is why you give it to the guy that's not going to fuck it up and will run over anyone in his way with the game on the line. And I just don't get it. But I think that they can run the ball on this Broncos defense a little bit. They do have the running back that can put a punishment on the secondary, especially for the Broncos without Pat Surtain, and get after their confidence early in the game. That's what I want to see. And then defensively, I don't know, man. This Broncos offense has not been consistent at all. And honestly, it's been bad at times. I don't think that they have the O-line themselves to establish the run against most teams. And I don't think that they have the quarterback to take over games despite getting pressure over and over and over again, like, Justin Herbert or Josh Allen. I don't think Bo Nix is quite on that level. With all that being said, the Broncos just keep finding a way. And I've probably got like 5 extra losses from like 1 point Bronco games this year. I can't do it again. So I'm going to go 1 point. Broncos win 21-20. I'm hoping the Raiders win, though, because obviously the Chargers trying to chase down first place. And the Broncos
Raiders are 2 kicks away from having 4 wins this year.
Yeah.
If you look at it. Your daddy, Daniel Carlson, has not been lights out like he has been in the past.
Cut him.
Well, because if you think about it, the kick against the Bears, right? Lost that one. And then the extra point that he missed early in the Jacksonville game is basically what was the difference in this game.
Yeah, so come on, Raiders.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
No.
I mean, if the Broncos want to win, Jacksonville showed you. Jacksonville I don't know if you know this, Mike, and if you went back and watched the Raider game, Jacksonville straight disrespected the Raiders in the fourth quarter. When they were running straight up the middle. They had 150 yards rushing on the Raiders, but they were running straight up the middle. And right before Jacksonville scored that touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown in overtime, the offensive line was like this.
Run it again?
Run it again. They were looking at the sideline going, again. Like they knew that they had the Raiders defensive tackles on the ropes, and the Raiders just ran out of gas. The defense just ran out of gas.
Well, the Broncos do have the big tree in the middle of their O-line, right? So that might be why they use them. There you go. I've got the Broncos. Joe's got the Raiders. Let us know who you guys got in that game. Let's talk about this Jets-Browns game. Jets just unloaded a bunch of players. But sometimes when that happens, Joe, like the young guys that step into their spots just have a good game the next week. They just come out motivated. They come out hungry. And there's something about the Jets that just has me feeling like they're going to upset. I'm not picking them because I don't have confidence in the Jets at all. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. I think that the Cleveland Browns defense should win this game alone. The Jets offense has been pitiful. I'm not sure if it's going to be Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields in this game, but either way, I'm sticking with the Browns 17-10. I think the Jets could be first pick bound, Joe. I know we talk about it a lot. Which team's going to end up with the first overall pick? It's been the Dolphins this year. It's been the Saints, kind of talking about a bunch of different teams. Maybe the Titans again. The Jets have set up perfectly to lose out, pretty much.
Yeah, and I know, and the Jets are coming off a big win. They're coming off a big win against the Bengals, where they came back and scored.
Nothing like a big win to get all your players traded.
Yeah, and then trade them all. But I mean, they're moving in the right direction. So whenever I'm picking the Browns game, I always go, okay, the Browns defense against that offense should do good, right? Now, can the Browns offense do good against the Jets defense? And that's what you got to look at, because really, Dylan Gabriel hasn't been anything. Now, Junkins is hurt. Is he going to actually play? Is he 100%? He's dealing with that shoulder injury. So if Junkins is in there, I think Junkins is one of the best running backs in the league, and he's been dominating. But it's hard for me to go. I don't know. I'm kind of with you, Mike. Like I think I'm going to pick the Jets in this one. I think I'm going to pick the Jets. Choice.
And now I think I might have the Harrison Google it and find out for sure if it's
it is in New York.
You know what? I'm going with the Jets too. I'm switching.
I was going to say I think you had it switched on there, but
I'm switching my pick. I'm going with the Jets. Jets, Jets. You won the last game. You won the trade deadline. This could be 3 straight wins for the Jets over the Browns.
Yeah.
Even though one of them wasn't a game, it was the trade deadline.
Because you don't need Sauce Gardner out there against Dylan Gabriel. You don't need that.
Yeah, my video is going to come out after they get this win. The Jets currently have a 1% chance to make the playoffs, Joe. But I'm sure that there's a way they could do it. Falcons on the road in Indianapolis. This is another tough one to pick. The Colts finally kind of got brought down to earth a little bit in that game against the Steelers defense. We're going to pick every single game, by the way, Spy Guy. Everyone that's tuned in wants us to pick for your team. If we already passed your team, rewind the stream. If we haven't gotten to it yet, please stay tuned in. Please like the stream while you guys wait. It'll help us a ton in the algorithm. Listen to our takes in the other games and give your takes in the chat or in the comment section. But yeah, Colts, Falcons. I'm going to go with
right?
What's up?
Is this one overseas?
Is it overseas? I did not know. I did not know that.
I think so.
That changes things a little bit. It's going to be a battle of who can run the ball better, in my opinion. And I think that if I'm going to take a team to bounce back and have a better game, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts as of right now. They did that after that loss to the Rams. I'm not super confident in this pick, but I got Andy bouncing back and winning this one by 10 points, actually. But who do you got in this one?
So this one's in Berlin.
Okay, interesting. I think that the Falcons do have the defensive line prospects to eventually be better, but right now might not be the time or the matchup to face.
Yeah.
Jason.
So Sauce Gardner's first game with his new team is going to be overseas, and good luck getting all that situated. The Falcons piss me off. Like, how are you not scoring points? Like, you have Drake London, you have Bijan Robinson, and then even when they had Kirk Cousins come in there for a second, it was like, you got worse? Like, hand the ball off to your deep. You have two good running backs. Tyler Algier is good too. Like, get your running backs. And then
Arthur Smith back.
Oh, remember they have a generational talent at tight end as well.
End, yeah, I traded for him in a league.
Like, I don't understand why their offense never gets like it's so inconsistent on offense. It's like it pisses me off. Now, are they going to be able to stop the run? That's the main thing. When you're playing the Colts, can you stop Jonathan Taylor? And I think that's the bigger issue. And the Falcons' defense has been the same as their offense. At 1 week, you're like, damn, this defense is looking good. The next week, you're like, what defense is out there? So it's just the inconsistency of the Atlanta Falcons that makes you go, I can't pick them. And then traveling out of the country, no, I'm just going to take the safe, reliable, and go with Jonathan Taylor and say, hey, you know what, Jonathan Taylor, take this ball and score some touchdowns, especially after the Steelers loss, where I think he only had 7 fantasy points, Mike. Like, that was Jonathan Taylor's worst game of the year.
Yeah,
you don't think he's going to be hungry and go, you know what, I'm ready to go. Just feed me. I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts.
Me too. I still won, by the way. Pulled out the win even on a low JTA week. Dodged the bullet there. Saints on the road in Carolina. The Saints, to me, are the worst, if not one of the worst teams in football. There's no reason really to pick them here against the Panthers, whose defense right now is humming. I'm very proud of this Panthers defense. A bunch of young guys that have had potential. We've talked about it every year, I think, Joe. This Panthers defense is going to just break out one year. This is the year. Next year is going to be the year. Derek Brown is playing like a stud. They're getting the pass rushers now. Even without Brian Burns, they're getting pressure. And the secondary has come together, and they're staying healthy for the most part. The offense still has some work to do. They can't really figure out the run-pass balance with Bryce Young. But when they do figure it out, maybe things are looking up for Harrison's Panthers here. I got them beating the Saints.
Remember when Harrison got all mad at me because I said that when Chuba Hubbard come back, they gotta decide who they want, and he was like, they're gonna split carries. Fuck that. Rico Dowdle is your running back, and you let him do it. Like, get Chuba out of there and just like, hey, sit down. Like, Rico Dowdle's gonna be our
pass
guy.
catching back. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, thank you for what you've done, but we're moving on. We got to do it. Hey, but shout out to my guy Trayvon Merrick, man. Like, I hated when the Raiders lost him. Like, that's who I remember that year that I wanted the Raiders to take him first round. They took Alex Leatherwood, but ended up getting him in the second round. But yeah, that defense, like, I mean, so many first round picks that you put on that defense, like at one point it had to work out, right? You finally getting it going. Now can the offense get it going? Hey, what about, I don't know if I sent you that clip, right? How about that Panthers podcast that quit on their team when they were 1-3 or 1-2, and now they want to come back? Fuck that. This is why you root for your team, good or bad, right, Harrison? This is why Harrison has been a Panther fan ever since we've known him for the last couple of years. Hey, you struggle through the good, you struggle through the bad, for when it is good and you right the ship, you're there and you can say, hey, we've been there. That Panther podcast, bunch of pussies, Mike. Sorry I'm saying that, but you don't do that. You don't quit on your team when you can get pissed off and you can get upset and you can be frustrated, but you don't go, I'm done with them. I'm done with them.
Well, they should lean into it now. They should lean into it, and they should go full anti-Panthers podcast. Like, that's the theme of the podcast, is hating on the Panthers, even though that they're winning now, or they're doing better at least, closer to 500 and winning half their games at this point. It's just a huge step forward for them.
Yeah, but I'm happy for the Panthers, but I wonder why 2 years in a row slow starts. Why? What is getting in Dave Canales' head at the beginning of the season that slows them down? What causes them to have bad starts at the beginning of the season? Because they did last year, and then Bryce Young started getting good towards the end of the year last year, and now this year they started off slow again, and now they're starting to pick it up. What is it that is getting to it? But good for the Carolina Panthers, good for their fans. They need this. Hey, Dave Tipper, I bet he's happy because he's been like losing as an owner, and trying to get that team going. And how does the Saints get worse when they switch quarterbacks? Like, hey, we're going to go to our second round pick, and now it's worse than what they had with Spencer Rattler, and then they just lost one of their weapons on offense. Alvin Kamara is basically nothing anymore, right? Kellen Moore, now you're realizing why nobody wanted to take that job. Now you're realizing why you were able to get that job, because nobody wanted to coach the Saints, and it ain't going to change since they have Mickey Loomis as their GM, and they're not going to move on from him. So, yeah, I'm taking the Carolina Panthers to continue rolling and get their 6th win of the season.
Yeah, they just traded Penning, too, and he's going to match up with – he would have matched up there. His backup is now going to match up with Derek Brown, so have fun with that, trying to run the ball up the middle of New Orleans. It probably isn't going to happen very much in this game. I got Carolina as well. Yeah, and as Harrison's saying, they're getting some more players back, too, for the Panthers on top of it all. It should be an easy dub, a blowout win for the Panthers. Ravens on the road in Minnesota, I believe. Make sure I got everything right here, guys. J.J. McCarthy finally came alive in that upset versus the Lions last week. This is why it could be in any given Sunday type of league. You got a rookie quarterback, basically, the sophomore quarterback playing in his first season, coming back from injury to relieve a struggling Carson Wentz, who now is pretty much out for the season. You don't think the Vikings have any chance against the Lions, and boom, it happens. The upset of the week goes down. I think the Vikings will put up a fight in this game as well, but the Ravens, I don't know. I think that the Ravens are playing desperate football at this point. I like the Lamar Jackson matchup versus the Vikings defense. The Vikings defense can torture young quarterbacks, but these quarterbacks with some experience that know how to get away from the blitz and beat you down the field, they do pretty well against the Vikings defense. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have another massive week, and the Ravens win it. I had it 42-24 Baltimore, but what do you think?
So last week you had the Vikings coming off a bad loss on Thursday night to who? The Chargers, right? Yeah. And we all were like, the Vikings are done. The Vikings are horrible. So they had a couple extra days to prepare for the Detroit Lions, came out and just spanked them. And then they did a great job. But now what? Now now they're playing a team coming off Thursday night who had a great game, and now planning for them.
The opposite.
And, yeah, now it's the opposite. So I'm looking at Lamar Jackson, and I looked at their game plan last week, and Lamar looks like he's ready. Like he's like, you know what? I'm going to show you what I meant to this team, why I'm the MVP of this team. And yeah, we might have only won 2 games before I came back, but now I'm gonna lead this team to the playoffs. And I think Lamar Jackson has a great game against. I like Brian Flores, but I was like, I question like what the hell happened to this defense sometimes. And then the next week it's like, oh, there it is, and then it's like they're not there. And then J.J. McCarthy like finally had a good game. That's been the question mark of the Minnesota offense. And it's, you know what happened, Mike? It's because I gave up on Justin Jefferson last week. I traded Justin Jefferson in fantasy football. And so then all of a sudden, J.J. McCarthy wanted to show people that, I could actually be a competent quarterback in this league. And because I made that move. So because I was like, I'm trading Justin Jefferson before McCarthy gets back, and I don't have any value for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens in this game. I think they're able to pull it off.
Me too. I think Derrick Henry could have a big game too, because Lamar is going to have the Vikings on their heels, and then they're going to drop back, and now you got Derrick Henry on the loose on the Vikings defense.
I could see a big Zay Flowers game too. I could see Zay Flowers having a good game.
It's a bad matchup for the Vikings defense. Buffalo Bills on the road in Miami. Miami's another team that probably should have traded more, probably should have thrown in the towel even more, but they just traded their pass rusher who would have been chasing Josh Allen around the football field. I don't see that going well in this first game without Jaelan Phillips. I got the Buffalo Bills winning this one easily too.
Question marks about James Cook not practicing today. I think he's fine. I think it's maybe just precautionary. with his knee and foot or whatever is what they put on there. But there is that to watch out for. But even if James Cook wanted to sit out a game, this is probably the game you sit out. Right? Like this is the game okay, we don't need to be 100% when we play the Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen needs to get going. I'm surprised Buffalo didn't make a trade for a wide receiver, right? Like that was one that I was waiting for. Why they weren't more aggressive at the trade deadline, because we've seen a little bit of that team, but I mean, they've always been stingy on saying these are our guys, and it always bites them in the playoffs. But Buffalo should win this game. The last time we saw this game was Thursday night, and that's what we were talking about, one of those division games on Thursday night, that short rest, like Miami actually hung with them, right? And that's when they still had Tyreek Hill. I think that was the game Tyreek Hill left injured, right? Was it that one?
The Dolphins, yeah, it is actually. The Dolphins always hang with the Bills somehow. Like, you don't expect it, and they just figure out a way to stay close.
Yeah, so I mean, and Jalen Waddle has been coming on. They've actually been starting to use them, and then who is it? Malik Washington, is that the other guy?
Malik Washington, yeah, I'm playing him in 1 week because I'm really desperate at receiver.
So I mean, the Bills' defense has had a lot of questions about it, and we've seen them get beat by lesser teams. We could say that. But I don't think that happens. I think the Bills are able to win this game and put this game away. Like I think they're still feeling the wrath of that Thursday night where they were like, we let this team hang with us way too much. Let's put them away.
Yeah, and thank you, Buffalo, for handing KC another L, slowing the hot streak. Kansas City was on burning fire, and they were about to go into the bye week on fire, and Buffalo just prevented it from happening. And then the Chiefs didn't get the trade they wanted done. So the Chiefs basically announced to the whole world they're going to try and get Breece Hall, announced to the whole world that they don't feel confident about their running back position. So if I'm Isaiah Pacheco, looking in the mirror and being like, damn, they wanted to replace me. That sucks. I hope that hits their confidence even more, that loss to the Bills. Bills beating the Dolphins, though. Jags on the road against the Texans. And call me crazy, Joe. Like I was saying about the Jacoby Myers thing, where it kind of can help you a little bit more than Travis Hunter, who's trying to get his feet wet, trying to figure out the NFL. You got a guy who's very experienced in the NFL, been on multiple teams and had success on multiple teams as a slot receiver, as a wide receiver too. Exactly what they need him to do. He's someone that is not had any tape put up on the Jaguars. I think that this could be like a sneaky little like weapon that they use in this first game that they have him. Obviously, you brought up Parker Washington. I'm going to take the Jaguars here to beat the Texans. I got them winning in a walk-off field goal, just like they've been doing this year. The Jaguars have been barely winning games, been finding ways to win games. I know the Texans defense almost single-handedly beat the Broncos this last week. They'd have to do it again this week. They really would, because Davis Mills went in there, and he didn't look any better than he did back in the day when Davis Mills was the starter. So I don't have much confidence in Davis Mills going out there and putting up more than 20 points. I do think the Jaguars score 23-24. So what do you think, Joe?
Yeah,
it's tough, though.
Is CJ Stroud playing?
No, I don't think so. I mean, did you see the hit? That was just brutal.
Yeah, so that and Jacksonville.
He's lucky he only got a concussion from that, man. That was a nasty hit.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if, like, come on, Mike. I'm thinking about how Jacksonville played against the Raiders. Like, I'm like, was it the Raiders being better, or was Jacksonville just lowering their standards? But Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence has been hit and miss this year too, and you and I have talked about it. When you turn on the tape of Trevor Lawrence, sometimes you gotta wonder if his teammates get pissed off at him. Like, going, okay, you're supposed to be this generational talent guy too. That we're coming out and nobody was going to lose, never going to lose a game. Last week, did they try to get? It felt like they tried to get Tootin more involved instead of Etienne. Just let Etienne roll. Just let him go. Just let him do it. I do worry about this Texans defense because their pass rush is pretty damn good, and when you can rattle Trevor Lawrence, you can get to it. But Texans haven't been able to figure out who their running back is, who their number one running back is. They go from Marks 1 week to Chubb 1 week, and then I think once you're not going to be able to get your offense settled. So I think that's where you get killed right there. So I'm going to kilt. I said kilt, whatever. I'm just going off on Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville wins this game.
Jags. We both got the Jags on the road in Houston. Man, that CJ Stroud thing sucks. I hated seeing that. CJ Stroud was finally starting to pick up speed this season and gets knocked out. Thankfully, it's only concussion, so he could come back probably pretty quickly.
It
Next.
seems like they haven't been coming back from concussions this year fast, right? Seems like it's like last couple of years we've been able to, like, if they have a concussion on Sunday, sometimes they'll be able to go the next game, but now it's like they're always missing a game.
I think you should miss a game for a concussion because literally, you just Google how long do concussion symptoms last. It says 7 to 10 days. So just by math, if you injure yourself on Sunday, you shouldn't be ready for the next game. But hey, I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying.
I've only had one diagnosed concussion in my life, and I
Wow.
had symptoms for about a month.
Yeah, see, I've had a bunch, more than 5 actually.
Well, I'm saying diagnosed.
Diagnosed.
I
Yeah,
know I probably had more, but
more.
the one diagnosed one where I'm actually like, you know what I mean? Like,
And the thing that's like, this is the thing I'm talking about with like Tua, for example. You get a minor concussion during a game, you just get a dinger, and no one notices it, and then he goes out and plays on a Thursday night game, or goes out and plays Sunday, and he does have a concussion with no severe symptoms, or he's lying and not saying that he has the symptoms, and then that's what happens. That's how those kind of things happen, like what happened to Tua. So I hate the concussion rules and how it's laid out. I think if you get a concussion, it's diagnosed by a doctor, you should miss a game. Period. End of story. You're not coming back. I don't care if it's my favorite player in the world. It's just the way it is. We got to protect these guys' brains. We have seen more and more players die young. Man, it's been happening a lot. It's been happening a lot. Cardinals on the road in Seattle. This should be a good game because Jacoby Brissett's kind of dealing a little bit. He's playing well right now, picking on bad defenses though. And I think that's the key in this game. The Seattle defense is humming. It's come together to a point that I almost fully believe in the Seahawks defense. And Mike McDonald has got the perfect guys together on the D line and a good secondary. All ball hawks on every position, with guys coming up too. They haven't even really rolled out that rookie safety yet, who is going to be an absolute stud. I'm telling you, the little bit of action that I've seen him play, he is flying around looking like Derwin James out there, someone like that level. Kyle Hamilton out there, and Julian Love is still in the secondary. And then on top of it all, Sammy D's cooking. You saw that game against the Commanders? Well, I know you did because me and you played in fantasy. I'm surprised I didn't bring it up yet. I beat Joe in fantasy twice last week. No biggie.
did you win both games?
Yep, threw Sam Darnold in there last minute, and it worked. It's a great move. Jordan Love was not good. Sam Darnold was very good.
I don't know. I didn't check those. One, because I was still pissed off of that. I didn't get to watch the Monday night game because of the YouTube ESPN dispute. Fuck you, ESPN.
Gotta get NFL Plus, Joe. Not sponsored, by the way, but they do sponsor me.
But just saying that YouTube and NFL ESPN dispute is pretty fucking sad.
I think okay, sidebar on this. I think that the NFL and ESPN are kind of overpricing themselves because they need YouTube TV to show the game for them to be worth as much as they're saying. But anyways,
yeah, well, not to go away from that.
that's a whole other dispute. What do you think about the Cardinals versus Seahawks game here?
I texted you this the other day, and I said Cardinals need to go away from Kyler Murray the rest of the season. Like, Jacoby Brissett has brought the best out of Marvin Harrison. He's brought the best out of McBride, and now you need to see if when Benson comes back, if you're going to get a lot out of him. Like, and then they did. I think they came out and said, hey, barring whatever injury, if he comes back, Murray is not going to be our quarterback no more.
It's too bad that they couldn't get a deal done with Murray. That would have been cool if they got a trade done right before, like trade him to the Jets or something.
Or traded him like somewhere, like, right? Like traded him to Washington or somewhere like where he could have been a backup, like in a system where he could run. But yeah.
Well, that makes sense too with Cliff Kingsbury. Put him back with Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, like somewhere they get him out of there. But yeah,
You can play video games now.
Arizona's that team that, like, they're competitive, but they always lose it at the end. Like, right? So they're right there, and
I think they're going to be good in the next couple of years. I think they are. They're just young still. Their defense is young. They're coming together.
So I don't think they're able to pull this one off. And I think the last time they played, they already played once, right? And it was on Thursday night. Is that the game?
Oh yeah.
Another division game on Thursday night.
Yeah. And Seattle won that, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was week 4 if I remember right. Because I remember because I wanted to take Seattle in that game, and it was never mind. Long story short, cut it right there. But yeah, Seattle wins.
I think I could say it at this point. I think Seattle is the most underrated team in the NFL. I think they're sneaky good. Sneaky good. And deep. They got a lot of players in the depth that haven't really had to be used yet that could be pulled out their bag. And now they get Rashid Shaheed also. Bro, this is a good team. And they could be a team that is playing in the NFC title game. Don't be shocked, Tony Tucker, if you're watching this. And you got Sammy D out there.
And I don't know what the hell.
They sent you straight to the face. I don't know what. No.
I don't know what Kenneth Walker did to their head coach or whatever, but they're not even using, like, Kenneth Walker's not even on fire right now. Like,
okay, Joe, I called this. I said this. Me and Tony, it's on the air, I'm pretty sure, too. We had an argument about it, and I told him, Tony, this is the season that everyone's going to know what I know. Zach Charbonnet's better running back than Ken Walker. And we went back and forth about it for 10, 15 minutes, and here we are. Kenneth Walker is a better big play guy, but when we talk about just in between the tackle stuff, we talk about what he does as a pass blocker, as a receiver, all around. Maybe Ken Walker is just a better explosive player that can make a bigger play. Charbonnet is the better running back. He really is. He's a well-rounded. He's a beast. Next year he's gonna be a top 10 running back in fantasy. I'm calling it now. Let's move on here. Detroit Lions on the road in Washington, and this is just bad on both sides. Washington's first full game since the Jaden Daniels injury. Basically, their hearts ripped out of that team. And the thing that sucks even more is that they had a bunch of other injuries too. It wasn't just a Jaden Daniels injury. So they had a bunch of other injuries too. Terry McLaurin's probably not going to play in this game. Debo's been dealing with injuries. They lost Austin Eckler earlier in the year. Like, this season has gone to shit for the Commanders. I know the Lions are coming off of an L. The Lions are not the team you want to play coming off of an L. When they come off an L, they come in to score 50, and they could against the Commanders. They could.
Oh yeah, they could all day. They could. This game could get ugly and could get ugly quick. And this is not a team. And I know people are like, I don't know. I think Dan Quinn has been taking a lot of unnecessary bullshit this week about why is Jaden Daniels still in the game so late. Like, you tell Jaden Daniels to come out of the game. You tell him. You're not going to get your guys that want to play this and want to compete. And plus, Jaden Daniels had already missed time throughout the season. You're trying to get that rhythm going. Like, I understand shit happens. Injuries happen in the NFL. It could happen in the first quarter. It could happen in the fourth quarter. It could happen at practice. You never know. So you can't play it hoping nobody gets hurt. You can't play going, oh, so he's going to get hurt, so get him out of there. You have to continue to play. It just shit happens, and it's a bad one. And Jaden Daniels has just been dealing with it all season, and it's the curse of me, Mike. The one year I actually take quarterbacks early in fantasy football, the one year I actually do it, it was Jaden Daniels. So, yeah, but this was something that we talked about. Jaden Daniels coming out of college, the size of him and being able to run a lot. Like, this was probably going to be bad matches, but I'm taking the Detroit Lions. I think they're like Washington's defense is older and slower, and they've been able to pick on some teams without offensive lines. But this right here, this Lions defense or offensive line is no.
Just a bad matchup all around. I'm sad for fantasy football on the Jaden Daniels thing too, Joe, because I was a big Debo Samuel stan, and that was a good pick. Debo Samuel's been great all year. Don't know how great he is with Marcus Mariota for my playoff runs at all. Not going to be great. So, and the trade deadline just passed in most fantasy leagues, so I can't even trade Debo. So, yeah. That's not great at all. And Luke McCaffrey's out, so it's kind of like it's bad. It's bad for Washington right now, all around. The Lions can have a bounce back game here, and they probably can do it in massive blowout fashion. And they're not going to take their foot off the gas either. They're just going to keep going. And if their backups get in the game, their backups will keep trying to score. Rams on the road in San Fran for this one. They were in LA a few weeks ago. Thursday night football. Rams messed up the game, fumbling on the 1 yard line, dropped passes, bad penalties, all kinds of stuff happened in that game. The Rams should have won that game. Now the Niners will be hosting the Rams in San Francisco, up the coast just a little bit. And you know what, Joe? I think the Rams get them back. I think they study the film, they get in their bag, they pull out the tricks that Sean McVay knows can beat this 49ers defense, especially without some of their star players that they've lost to injuries throughout the year. I think that they clean up those mistakes. We don't see Quinnen Williams fumble 3 times and drop 2 passes that should have been touchdowns, and they pull away and they win it 31-20. But it's the Niners. It's the Rams. The Niners should be getting Brock Purdy back out there. Anything can happen for sure.
Yeah, that was one of those Thursday night division games that we were talking about, that we hate Thursday night division games. And that was the one where I said, if you ever want to say the NFL is rigged, you go back and watch that first game, and you watch that 49ers without anybody out there, right? Without any starters out there, all hurt, and you're like beating the Rams. And that's, I said at that time, Mike, I think that was the game. Isn't that the game where I was like, the Niners are probably going to win the Super Bowl after that? Like,
yeah, you did say that. Yeah, and that video went nuts, by the way.
I think the Niners are still undefeated in the division, so this is another division game that can come up. This is a game the Rams have to win if they want to continue to win, to go for that division. If the Rams lose this game, you can kiss it goodbye. Like, you could already say it. But Matthew Stafford has been on fire the last couple of weeks, so maybe they get that going. Maybe Devontae and Puka keep going. Puka has broken ribs, but he's going to play through it. He's
dealing with the rib issue. Usually when you break ribs as a receiver, you don't play through it. So this guy's a psycho. He's a psychopath.
Yeah, he don't give a damn. Shoot him up. Shoot him up, Mike.
Every time he goes up for a pass and lifts his arms above his head, he is literally like just exposing broken ribs to be crushed by 49ers defenders.
But San Francisco's defense is probably not as good as it was, so I can't go with that. I have to go with the Rams in this game and think they get the win. But
if that win a couple weeks ago was like a dominant win by the Niners, and it wasn't just all off of Rams' mistakes, I would give the Niners some credit here at home. But I can't do it. I'm with you. But I do think Davante Adams has a big game. And this is a good time to shout out the sponsor of Mike's Pickems Challenge. We got a new sponsor, Joe. It was MyBookie, and now it is Dabble Fantasy. Huge shout out to MyBookie. Thank you guys for sponsoring the first 8 weeks, and thank you to Dabble for joining on the Mike's Pickems Challenge. Here's my picks this week, Joe. You guys can copy my picks or go follow me on Dabble with promo code NFLMIKE, but I got Trey Tucker, over 41 yards receiving. Josh Allen, 1 receiving touchdown. Jackson Dart, 40 yards rushing or more. Zach Charbonnet, who was previously mentioned, scoring this week. Davante Adams scoring a touchdown this week. And my Superman, Justin Herbert, going over 253 total yards. Again, use promo code NFLMIKE for, I think, $25 free. And you can copy my picks. Go follow me on there as well. Let's move on here, Joe, to the Steelers on the road here in LA. The Chargers' first game now. I guess second game, third game, whatever you want to call it without Joe Alt. But the Chargers' O-line is in a bad way. Having to go against the Steelers' D-line that just crushed the Colts' O-line. The Chargers' best way to survive this, Joe, and what they're going to do, and you can bank on it. The quick passing game is going to be nuts this week. Keenan Allen might have 10 catches. Ladd McConkey is going to have 6 catches. I mean, it's going to be just short pass, screen, short pass, screen. There's no way the Chargers can go into this game expecting any time to throw the ball, and we don't have a rushing attack either because of these offensive line injuries. So it's kind of double trouble. It's all on Herbert, and we've seen him do this basically his whole career, where he's had injuries at receiver or had injuries on the O-line, had injuries everywhere basically, and he's had to just stand up and do it. The Chargers' path the rest of this season, this is why I was like, the Trevor Penning move is whatever. We're trying to do something at least. I'm excited about it. I was trying to drill in Chargers fans' heads that there is no fixing this many injuries on offense. It's not possible. There's no Breece Hall. Breece Hall's not fixing the offensive line. That wasn't going to happen. There's no trades out there. They weren't going to trade for 5 new offensive linemen. That's not a thing. The Chargers' best path, they're obviously probably still going to make the playoffs. We have a weaker schedule. We still can get in there. But the best path to have any type of chance in the playoffs, this defense has to be elite, and it has to start this week against a solid Steelers offense that struggles to run the ball. We can get after the quarterback. It's a good matchup for my Chargers defense to have a non-mobile quarterback, team that's struggling to run the ball. It's perfect for us to win this off of defense alone. Chargers come out with a sneaky win, 21-20 over Pittsburgh. It's kind of the opposite of the Steelers-Chargers game that was on prime time from a few years ago, where it was like 41-38 or something, and it just couldn't stop anything. Now we got a defensive battle between these two teams. I want to know your take on this game, Joe, because you've kind of rolled with the Chargers a lot this year, I've noticed.
Yeah, but when I picked against the Chargers, I've been right, though. So
That's true.
I don't know. Pittsburgh kind of impressed me last week when they were able to stop Jonathan Taylor in that run game. Like, we've been talking a lot of shit about the Steelers defense going, hey, when was the last time that we saw the Steelers with an offense but no defense? It was flipped this year, and they're finally getting it going. I'm worried about that Charger offensive line. Like, I'm really worried. And the running back position. Like, we haven't seen
we're not running it. I'm telling you right now, Joe, this is Justin Herbert will lead in rushing yards in this game.
If you want to beat Steelers, we saw it, right? The Bengals showed you. The Bengals showed you how to beat the Steelers. Pass all day on them.
That's what's going to happen.
And go after Ramsey himself. Don't be afraid of Ramsey because you're going to limit yourself to one side of the field. You have to expose Jalen Ramsey just a little bit. And that's where you have to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I think Jalen Warren has been getting it going, and he could get it going on the Chargers defense. DK Metcalf has kind of been disappointed, right? But Aaron Rodgers is still – he still has a little bit left, but he's been hit and miss. But I don't know. I think it's Sunday night. I think they want to show up. I think both teams want to show up, and they want to make a statement here. But I'm gonna go with the Steelers in this game.
It's good that we're different on some games, so I'm glad you're taking the Steelers. Let's go, Bolts. Get this done, man. I'm telling you, Justin Herbert's going to have 500 yards. This is going to be as much as Superman ball. Like, this is Josh Allen before the Bills stacked the team, basically. Like, this is going to be nuts. This is like watching Matthew Stafford on those Lions teams with Calvin Johnson. Like, there's only 2 players in the team, basically. That's what this is going to be.
Is this a game that we remember that Quentin Johnson
Adrian Peterson? What, Quentin Johnson? Quentin Johnson, man, breakout season. This guy is rolling. I'm even shocked, and I'm a big Quentin Johnson supporter. Denver Trav in the chat, what's up? Please like the video, Trav, if you can, before you forget. Anyone that's tuning into this. Let's get to our last few games here. Monday Night Football. This is going to be a good one, I think. Eagles, Packers. Packers coming off of an upset loss to the Panthers, and I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again that the Packers are overrated. Jordan Love is overrated, and it's all on Josh Jacobs' back to me. Every week, the matchup that Josh Jacobs has determines if I pick the Packers are going to win or not. Last week, I was even saying it. I want to take the Panthers. I almost was about to take the Panthers just because of Josh Jacobs versus Derek Brown. So this week, Josh Jacobs versus Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. Now they got Jalen Phillips, that bunch. I'll take Philly. And I'll take Philly to win this by 10 points. 28-17.
Yeah, Philly coming off a bye week on the Monday night, so they actually get a little bit of extra rest. And you're going against a Green Bay team we thought Green Bay was going to be a Super Bowl team, right? And they traded for 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons, which was the best part of the deal, and that was the stamp to send them all the way. That just shows you that trade was crappy too. That wasn't a good deal either. Right, that just shows you that Green Bay wasted it. And not only did Green Bay waste 2 first-round picks on Micah Parsons, they wasted their first-round pick this year on a wide receiver that they don't even fucking use.
I really need them to use him. I really do.
For what? A crowd of reaction? For the crowd to be happy that the draft was in Green Bay and you finally drafted a wide receiver in the first round, but you're not even using them.
Give it time. Give it time.
Now you lost your best weapon in Tucker Kraft, and he's out for the season. Like this is only going to get bad. Josh Jacobs is showing signs. Like, he's still scoring points, but he's not getting the rushing yards like he does. He's showing signs of getting old and wearing down, but they use him when they get to the goal line, which is good. But I think the Eagles are going to show up, and the Eagles are going to say bye, and they're going to rock the Panthers. The Packers. The Packers lost to the Panthers last week. Just solidified to me. That shows you that they were the most overrated team going into the season, and they're done. They're absolutely done. The Eagles are going to show you that they're back this week, and they're going to have a great game on offense.
The Philadelphia Eagles will always be good because they always try to be good. It's that simple. And they've got a GM that wants to continue that tradition. The defense needs some help in the pass rush department. They trade for Jaelan Phillips. Secondary needs some help in coverage, especially at slot receiver with some injuries. They traded for Jair Alexander. Like, they don't just sit on their hands and let a season sink because of one position. They go and make it happen. And that's going to show out in this game right away. Your corner's going to show out. I bet you Jair Alexander makes a play against his old team. And I guarantee you Jaelan Phillips is going to show out and probably get a sack. That's probably what's going to happen in this game. Let's go on to Mike's game of the week. And I had this one as my game of the week this week because I think it's very, very, very hard to predict. I know that a lot of people are going to be on the Patriots because the Patriots have been red hot. Drake May is playing amazing. But they're going to Tampa. It's going to be a little bit warmer weather. You're going into Baker Mayfield's territory, and Baker Mayfield, is not going to lay down easy. There's no way. I know the Bucs are injured. I know they're beat to shit, but I just feel like this is one of those games that's going to turn into a shootout, and I'm going to take the offense that's been in a few shootouts. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to win this, 34-31, a little bit of an upset.
Yeah, Drake May looking amazing, right? The offense for New England has been good. They pulled some big wins. I mean, 7 wins. Like, you wouldn't have thought that from New England. They're already challenging Buffalo in Mike Vrabel's first year. They're showing that, hey, they are that tough team that Mike Vrabel brings back, right? and unfortunately for Tampa Bay, I know that you're riding high on Tampa Bay because you have Baker as your MVP winner at the end of this year, and you want to see what he can bring. But the injury bug has hit this offense and hit this offense hard, and Buka should be back 100% this week. But that would be. But I don't know about Bucky Irvin yet. Is he coming?
He's
100%? Questionable,
I think.
So until they can get him back, I'm not riding with Tampa, and I'm still questioning it. And Baker is good, and Baker does have that grit, and Baker does go out there and fight hard every single week, like you said, Mike. And he does try to find a way to win. He keeps his team in the game more often. But how much can you do that? How much can you continue to do that without the weapons and everything stacked against you? I'm riding with the Patriots again this week. I'm riding with the Patriots to win their 8th game of the season.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying the Patriots, especially with their schedule, are on their way to the 1 seed possibly. So we'll see. If they win this game, they're going to be set up beautifully for the rest of the season. I did have the Patriots starting well, Joe, in my predictions. I was looking forward to see exactly what I had, but I'm pretty sure I had them starting like some crazy good record, but I had them falling off the second half of the season. I don't think that's going to happen. I just still want to see Trevion Henderson get going, please. Come on, guys. That's the one thing that's missing in New England is that rookie running back having a breakout game. Maybe this is the week he has the breakout game. But I'm going with the Bucs at home as my upset, or as Mike's game of the week. Upset of the week. I got the Giants upsetting Bears on the road. I know Bears just pulled off one of the craziest wins we've seen from Chicago over the last couple of years. Sometimes when you pull that off, you kind of have a downer week. When your emotions are riding high this week, it comes crashing down the next week. Another something that was kind of exposed and that Brian Daboll is definitely going to see on tape before we go into this game. Bears defense didn't play good in that game. That was not because of the Bears defense at all. They did not win because of the Bears defense. They actually won because the Bengals defense is so shitty. If the Bengals defense could stop anyone, the Bears would have gotten blown out in that game. So I'm not riding high on the Bears off of that one big win over the Bengals, who obviously can't stop a nosebleed, can't stop anything. I'm going to go. I have to pick one upset every week. I was close to taking a few other ones, but I'm rolling with Giants over Bears. I think I'm about 500 now on my upsets of the week, Joe. But even the ones that I haven't gotten, I've covered. Like, I've gotten really close to picking them. So I would ride with the Giants if I was you and you want this win.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears in this one. I think, I don't know. Every time I want to roll with the Giants, they always don't got my back. And like you said, this is a good one to put as an upset or as a coin flip because you don't know. Both teams have been able to shock and show little different things. But, yeah, I'm going to roll with the Bears in this one.
Bears. Well, there you have it. If you guys want to rewind to your favorite game that you want to hear us talk about, go ahead and rewind the stream. Joe, anything else that you want to say before I sign us out of here? Sorry, I got to go, kind of.
Raiders,
that's it. Of course.
Raiders, bitch.
Should have known. Make sure you guys like it. It helps out a ton. Like I said, in the algorithm, it'll send this thing out to more NFL fans like me and you. Check out Dabble Fantasy. Dude, Hugo Boss 760. Shout out to you, my guy. I appreciate you so much for using the promo code or at least following me on there and copying my picks. Or you can go opposite of my picks. I'm going to start posting my picks on there as well weekly so you guys can get over there on Dabble Fantasy with promo code NFLMIKE. And then make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. turn on notifications, share it with your friends. If you guys tuned in on Instagram, shout out to KingX25, Junior Rivera, Uno Sauce. Come over and subscribe on the YouTube channel. We post our long form content over here. Instagram's for those short videos where I'm trolling people, but we'll be posting over there later today. All right, that's all for this week's stream. We'll see you guys next week. Who's going to win every single game? And who won the trade deadline?
Yeah, let's get it hype. Kicking it off with NFLMIKE. Yeah, get ready to ride. You know that numbers and ball don't lie. It takes talent. Yeah, you got to have love for the game.